Hi guys, welcome to this session on Microsoft SharePoint. What I want to have a look at in this module is how to create a team site and how to create a corporate site. So first of all, I've opened up my Office 365 account and there's all the apps, and I've come into SharePoint and I'm now on the SharePoint tab, as you can see there. Directly under that, I've got two options there: create a site and create a new post. So create a site is what I'm going to do, and then you get these options: a team site and a communications site, which is more of a corporate front end thing, information type site. This team site is more of a group of people, like the marketing team or the sales team, want to get together and coordinate things. So they're going to share files, documents and news information and link it to Teams, a team site, so they can have online collaboration and team meetings and things like that. So I'll do this one first, and first thing it asks you to do is name the site. So I'll call this Excel development, and as soon as you do this, it creates a group email address for this site, and that's the site address there. And you can type some information in the site description if you want. Develop Excel courses, say, for example, and then you come down. I'm going to leave this on public English. Next. So do I want anybody else to own this? So if I type in Alana, she can be an owner, and then I can add members. So John Wayne, Anne Jones, and Dave Green. That'll do. They're the members. Finish. You can add extra people later on. So now you get the front site. You're on the home tab. You've got a menu down the left hand side with conversations. This takes you into Outlook. Any conversations. Obviously it's just got an email there. This is our group email. That's just a welcome email, first email. If I just go back, you've got documents. Now I haven't got any documents yet, but I'm just going to upload one document so you can see. So these would be documents that you share. So I can do a folder or a file. I'll just do a file. I'll do an Excel file actually, rather than a Microsoft project file. Is that an Excel file? No, that's a project. That's an Excel file. I'll open that one, upload that. So now you can see there's a file there a few seconds ago. Documents that are shared with us. Notebook. So this is like OneNote, online OneNote version. So it's slightly stripped down to what you would normally expect in OneNote, but you can, I'll call it Excel development. And then Excel courses. That can be the first thing, and then you just type away or add things in there as you would normally. If I just go back, that's automatically saved, still saving, moved a bit quick. I will go back. I'm not too fussed about saving that. I'll leave that. And then you've got pages, and you can add pages. That's just the home page. You just go add new, and then you've got different, like a site page. And if I just click on one, it can show you what it looks like. I'll just type my name there, Steve, and publish. But obviously you can just add whatever you want into this section. You can add elements, different elements to this page, like an image, stock images. I'll just pick some random. That's pretty. I'll pick that one. Insert. And then you just go down through adding these little different elements, different sections to your page as you wish, and then you publish the page. I'll just publish that. Should come down here, navigation. So close that off. And then you've got recycle bin, edit site contents. And then you've got this option here to link or create an Excel development team in Teams. So I'm going to click on that team. It takes a few seconds to create the team, and then you click here to go to your team, and then it opens up Microsoft Teams. So there's one I did earlier, project development. So now I've got Excel development, and then you can create extra channels through these little dots. I'll just add, and so we call Excel, let's call this Excel Thoughts. Don't need to do any of that. Add. Now, if I go into these little tabs, you can manage your team. So it's got the team from the ones I did already, so that's okay. Now I can add channels, extra channels. So if I've added that one, I'll leave it as that. But if you want to add forms or another app, you just basically click into the channel you've created and then click on the plus at the end, and then you can see all your apps. So there you've got forms. I'll add a form, and then you can create the form. We'll give a name to the form, and then you start creating the form. So this would be Excel save, and then it should create the form, which it is, and then you can start add new choices. Is Excel working for you? Say answer yes or no, simple one like that, and that's your form. And then people can respond to that, and it keeps the stats for you and the responses. So that's creating that. And back to Excel development. Now you can also link or create in Teams a little tab there. I want SharePoint, can't see it. SharePoint, I can see it, and it gives you the option to link back to SharePoint. So that was a page, got news. Let's go home and save that. And this is the home page that we just saw. So if I click on that, it opens that home page like that. Now if I go back to SharePoint itself, in fact if I minimize this out of the way, we're back onto this SharePoint site. So this is basically, I'll go back to home. It's a case of adding things that you want. So if I want to add a news item, I can just go add news, and it will open up a different series of templates, and I'll pick on this visual one. And then you just create page, and then hello, I am here is the title, and then you get rid of the bits and bobs you don't want. So let's get rid of all this, because this is just generic text. And then you can type Excel production team welcome, and then you can go through the same process again, adding different things in. So what I'm going to do here is I want to add a Twitter feed. So let's do that, Twitter, and it comes up with Microsoft as it would, but I want to put mine in there. So if I just get rid of that, it's Easy Training's mine. I've spelt it right. 3 tweets. So that's that one. So 1, 2, 3. Come down to the bottom of that. You can click on another one. And these are all different elements you can add all over the place, not just in the news articles. So I could add these on there. So you've got a YouTube link as well. So it's wanting you to embed. So I'll go into this video. This is an Access video actually, but so instead of sharing it, I'm going to embed it. So I'm going to get the embed code, share. There we go. So embed, copy that code, and then just drop that into your code there, and then it should bring that video in here. There it does. So I'll post that, post this news. You're not going to see all this on the home page. If I go back to home, you just see the hello spelt God, how have I spelt that? But if you click on that, you can see the article like so. And if I edit that, so I can correct that, update news like so, and then you see news, and then back to home, and that's that there. So the same principle will apply on this home page. If I click on edit, I get these little sections that it's already set up for me. So if I don't want that one, I can delete it. So I've got rid of that. I've got a list of documents there. That's a little section that I quite like. But I can add another one if I want. Let's just put a YouTube video in there. So this is on the home page. So just put the same video in there. But it could be any video you're putting in there, really. Obviously, it's going to affect the. If I just republish that, it's going to affect the layout of the page. If I come back down again, what have I got down here? We've got recent activity, we've got the documents, and if I go to site contents down this left-hand side of the navigation pane, just gives you basically what your site contents are. You've got 3 pages, no templates, documents, and so on. So that's all I want to look at for a Teams site, and we've linked that into Teams. So now if I go back to SharePoint at the top, and when you come back to the SharePoint site, you've got the Excel development at the top there. If I click on that, there it is, back into it, and that's back to SharePoint. And all the rest of these are your sites there. If you don't want any of these sites, you can go into these sites and delete them. So if I go into, what can I go into? These things across the top are news articles, so you can click on that and read it later. But they're just coming in from whatever sites you've done, and you don't have to have as many sites as I've got here. But this is one that I did earlier. So if I click on this one, Excel Online, and let's say I don't want this anymore, there's not a lot going on that. You can go into site, so I've clicked on the settings in the top there. You can go into site information, and then you can delete the site. I'm not going to delete it. So that's how you get rid of sites. So little cog at the top, site information, and then delete. Obviously don't delete that if you're not sure. So if I go back to SharePoint, what I want to do now is create another site, but this time the communication site. So it's a similar sort of story going on here. So site name, so I'll call this classroom based courses, and you don't get the email coming up, the group email. Courses in classrooms, basically. Didn't need to put anything there. Finish, and it creates the site for you with a list across the top. So it's slightly different in the way it looks. Site contents, you've got site contents like there. Now the difference here is you can add new sites. So what I want to do is add a new subsite down the bottom there, and this subsite is going to be Excel courses, and I'll leave all this as default so you can just see how it looks when it's finished. I want this to be displayed on the quick launch on the parent and on the top. So create, I set that for all of them. So create, hang on, Excel courses. In fact, classroom I better put. Classroom, create, working on it. So there's a subsite Excel courses. So if I go back to SharePoint, better see all Excel courses. There it is, classroom based courses. So we'll go into that one. I'm back on there, and subsites should list under here now. So if I do site contents again, I'll just do another one. So I'll just do all that again. New subsite, so this will be project, classroom based project classroom, and then all the rest is going to be the same, so I'm just going to tick all the rest of it as yes, yes, create, and then that will be in the same sort of list as the other one. You don't have to create sites, I'm just showing you that you can. So go back to, see, you can see Excel courses there now, so I've got a little tab for them, so I can go back to Excel courses. That's why I tick that option. SharePoint back there, view all, and then I've got classroom based courses, and the sub-sites should be 2. There's only 1. Well, let's just share that. It's not picking that up. Just refresh that. There we go. 2. So in terms of this site, editing this is the same as you did before. So you've got little plus buttons there. You can edit the web part or delete it. I'll delete this. So I've just deleted that section. So new section. What can I have here? So I will have a image. No, I'll have this sort of setup. So select link. So on this one, I'm going to have a link to my web page. So it's going to be https://www.itseasy.co.uk and open. And that should bring in my web page, and it does. And if you click on that, it will, when I republish it, it will open it. So again, if I do an image, let's do an image on this side. So that's that baseball. Sorry for everybody who likes baseball, but that is the most boring sport I've ever watched in my life. People say cricket's boring. And then select a link for this one. The short link from this web page, that one, and back to this. Where am I? Select link. Open. It's telling me it's not from a document, but there it is. So if I republish that for a second, click that, it goes to YouTube. Yeah, it does. So close that off. And if I click that, it goes to my web page. So the links work, and you just have to test those links out. And then it's a case of adding things. So in terms of documents, I haven't got any documents uploaded on this. Again, it's the same process as we did before. You just upload a document or a folder, whichever you want. So what can I upload? Examples. I'll upload an Excel file. Charting will do. And then you've got pages. There's no pages. I've not created a page, but I can create a new site page if I want. It's just like a bit like the home page. Testing page. And again, you just click on the little pluses to build up whatever you want. You just want a text block, or you want something like an image. You'd pass an image. Let's go for Twitter again, eh? And this time I will leave it as Microsoft. So you just publish that page, and then you've got add page to navigation. Yep. Close that, and then there's the testing page. So pages, there it is. But because you've ticked that option there, you've got it at the top. So now you've got the thread for Microsoft. tweets. If you wanted that, you should have called that Microsoft perhaps. And if I go back to home, I just want to delete some of these sections at the top, so I'm going to delete that one, and I don't want this one either, so I'm just going to delete that one, so it brings this back up. News is coming to the top, republish. Okay, so then you're adding the news in exactly the same way as you did on the other one. I'll pick a different one this time. Create page. Hello everyone. And then publish the page. So the process is the same whether you're doing a Teams SharePoint site or you're doing this communications site. You just edit, quite simply really, click on edit, make the changes you want, change the layout, and then create subsites if you want. That you can't do that on the other one, but this is quite useful if you've got lots of different elements to your SharePoint site. You can break it down with subsites. You don't all have to be rammed onto the first one, because remember, people just tend to do that, and then after that, anything below that is not getting watched, so people are not looking at it. So it is quite important that you put the things on the front screen that's going to be of interest to people. You've got these other options there: news post, news link, add an app onto this front screen, document library, call it test, create, and then you can just upload stuff into that document library. Conditional formatting will do. Yep, and then home. And if I wanted to add that to this, I would have to edit this and add the relevant bits. So where can I put that? Put it on, get my little plus symbol. Document library. Republish. And there you go. And then you've got documents there, pages, subsites, Excel and project. And if you go back, you've got classroom-based courses there as a favourite. If you can't find whatever you're looking for, you click on see all, and then you can see all. Classroom-based courses, Excel development group. I didn't mean to click on that. Go back, show all. And there you go. So you can create lots and lots of stuff. If you don't like them, you can delete them off. But it's a great tool to share information, share files, and share news articles with, and it's not that difficult. And if you link it in with Teams, the team SharePoint site, if you link that with Teams, you get the video conferencing features available, and recording the video conferencing and taking notes and meeting management, as well as all the document management systems you get in the normal SharePoint team site. But that's all I want to talk about for now, so hopefully that's been of use to you, and thank you for your time.